In today's video, we are looking at lesson 4 in the language book. Practice 4, I'm sorry. I can't get used to that word practice. I've always called these lessons, but this is practice 4. And we're looking at page 8 for this one, relative pronouns and relative adverbs. So let me go to page 8. And if you haven't watched the instructional video on this one, you could have done your instruction with your teacher, but you need to know what these words mean. And I'm not going to cover that in this lesson. So if you haven't watched that video, go back and watch that now before you attempt this, and it will make much more sense. Just to review with you though, relative pronouns and relative adverbs introduce what's called a relative clause or relative phrase. And that phrase gives more information about a noun. It's sometimes referred to as an adjective clause. I think when I was in college we called them adjective clauses, and that was confusing to me because I had learned them differently as relative clauses. But you can use a relative pronoun or relative adverb to combine sentences. So let's take a look at some of these and try to decipher what we're doing. But please watch the instructional video with the memory piece if you haven't done that already. And if you have your memory piece out there with you, that will help you also as we go through this. So number 1 says to read the sentence. I don't know the reason blank Susie quit the class. Which word best completes the sentence? Whom, why, which, or whose? So let's think about what this sentence is connecting. Reason. Susie quit the class. So what are some reasons that you could think of that Susie might have quit her class? It was too hard. It was too easy. Maybe she didn't have the funds to pay for it. Maybe her car broke down. Those are all reasons why she may have quit the class. So the word that we're looking for, that relative adverb, is why. And let me show you something with that. I'm going to put why in the blank. Why relates these two things. It connects those two clauses, those two sentences. Why is a relative because it relates those two things. A relative adverb. Why. Number 2, read the sentence. There is the man. He wants to apply for the job. We want to combine those sentences. So which of these is the best combination? Which of these best combines these two sentences? There is the man where wants to apply for the job. There is the man whose wants to apply for the job. There is the man when wants to apply for the job. Or there is the man who wants to apply for the job. So again, let's look at what is being connected. What are we relating here? We're relating a man to the fact that he wants to apply for a job. So you have to identify these parts in order to understand what's really going on here. A man is not a where or a whose or a when. A man is a who. So here's the relationship related by a relative adjective. Sorry, pronoun. I don't know where adjective came from. I guess I'm thinking that the wants to apply describes the man, but the who is the relative pronoun, and that is option D. I promise you guys, I am a math teacher. Words are not my thing. I am learning with you here. So, number 3, read the sentences. Jack went to a play. He had already seen it. Which of these best combines these two sentences? So we're going to do our combining right in here. So let's look down through here and see what's right in there. There's a where, a who, a that, and a when. So what is being related? The play is related to he had already seen. Those are the two parts that I need to connect. So look at the word play. Is play a where, a who, a that, or a when? A play is a thing. It's not a person, so we call it a that. Jack went to a play that he had already seen. The relative pronoun that we're looking for is right here. We are describing a noun, not a verb. This is a noun, so you want a pronoun in there. Where and when are not pronouns, they're adverbs. We're not describing a verb, we're describing a noun. This is a good thing. Let me go back and show you. In this case, a man is a noun, so we need a pronoun, not an adverb. Where and when are adverbs. Here we are describing a reason, but we're talking about why she quit, why she did something. This is the verb that we are describing in more detail. So that may help you also to think about the purpose of that word I'm highlighting. Okay, number 4. Read the sentence. This is the place blank I lost my scarf. So I'm referring place, I'm relating place to this. Here's a verb. I did something at this place. Places are wheres. This is the place where I lost my scarf. This is an adverb, a relative adverb. So A is the one I want. Whom, which, and whose are pronouns. We're not describing the scarf or the place. We're describing the action. I lost my scarf in a certain place, and it tells where I did. Number 5. The person blank we bought this coat for is very tall. So this time I'm describing a person. Person is a noun. So we're looking for a pronoun, not an adverb. Why is an adverb. So we can eliminate that one. We don't want a why. We're talking about a person. We're describing a person. So we can choose from which, whom, or whose. Which refers to things. A person's not a thing. A person is a human being. So it's either whom or whose. Whose shows, man, this is a tough. Whom, whose is used as a possessive. It would be used in place of maybe a noun with an apostrophe. The one we're looking for is whom. Number 6. Read the sentence. Give this to the woman, blank car was damaged. So we are relating a woman, who's a person, to car was damaged. I can eliminate D because D is that, and that refers to things, not people. People are not things. They're humans. Whose, whom, or who? The car belongs to the woman. That's a possessive. You could say woman's car. That's a whose. If there's ownership in your sentence, this one is probably the choice you need. Give this to the woman whose car was damaged. Number 7. Read the sentence. This is the building blank the tour meets. Building the tour meets. The tour does something. They do an action. So I am looking for an adverb in this one. We're focusing on the action. The meeting is what we're looking at. So I can't use whom. That's a pronoun. That goes when you're describing people. That one's out. But why, which, and where? Actually, which is a pronoun, sorry. We can eliminate that one. That's used to refer to nouns. Why or where? This is the building why the tour meets. This is the building where the tour meets. It's where. That's a location where that action occurs. Number 8. Read the sentences. Allison told me about the special day. On that special day, she adopted her dog. Which of these best combines the two sentences? Allison told me about the special day when she adopted her dog. Allison told me about the special day who she adopted her dog. Allison told me about the special day why she adopted her dog. Allison told me about the special day whose she adopted her dog. So we are linking day to an action. She adopted her dog. So I'm looking for an adverb. I'm looking for a descriptor for this verb, for that action. B has a pronoun. D has a possessive pronoun. So it's either when or why. And a special day is giving you a time reference. So that is a when. Allison told me about the special day when she adopted her dog. Okay, number 9. Read the sentence. Rob knows the professor blank teaches the welding class. Rob knows the professor. A professor is a person. So I'm looking for a pronoun. And what does the professor do? He teaches the welding class. Pronoun. We need something to describe this noun. When is an adverb. Where is an adverb. So it can be whose or who. And it's who. Rob knows the professor who teaches the welding class. Number 10. Read the sentence. The girl blank voice we heard is coming toward us. Girl is a person. It's a noun. And voice belongs to that person. So I'm looking for a pronoun in this one. They're all pronouns, my choices. So let's break those down. That cannot be the answer because that cannot refer to humans. That refers to things. It could be who. It could be whose. It can't be which because which refers to things like dogs, cats, cars, tacos, not human beings. So it's either who or whose. Is there ownership in this sentence? Does something belong to the girl? Yes, the voice does. So because we are talking about the girl's voice, we want B. A is a pronoun. It's just the wrong pronoun. We want the one that shows ownership. Number 11. Read the sentence. Alex showed me the place blank he had hidden his spare keys. So Alex did something. He hid his keys, his spare keys. Place where he hid his spare keys. And you heard me say it, I think. This is a where. If you are looking for a place, that's an adverb. And if you know that, you can eliminate A, B, and D. We want an adverb. A is a pronoun, B is a pronoun, and D is a pronoun. So the only adverb in that list is D. Number 12. Read the sentences. The scientist explained solar flares. He worked for NASA. Which of these best combines the two sentences? The scientist, why worked for NASA, explained solar flares. That makes no sense. The scientist who worked for NASA explained solar flares. That makes sense. The scientist whose worked for NASA explained solar flares. Whose is a possessive. There's nothing that belongs to the scientist. So this is not correct. We don't want a possessive in there. This is an adverb, and we're describing a person, not an action. The scientist when worked for NASA explained solar flares. Again, this is an adverb, and we're talking about a person, a scientist. So we want B. The scientist who worked for NASA explained solar flares. That is a pronoun. Number 13. Read the sentence. The police closed the road blank the rocks had fallen. The reason they closed the road is because the rocks did something. They fell. There's an action word. So we are looking for an adverb. I can eliminate A and B, C and D. The only adverb in there is where. That refers to a place. Places are wheres. The place in the road where the rocks had fallen. Number 14. Read the sentence. Yesterday I saw the singer blank we had listened to on the radio. So we're describing a person. We need a pronoun. A is an adverb, C is an adverb, and D is an adverb. We need a pronoun. The only pronoun to choose from here is B, whom we had listened to on the radio. Number 15. Read the sentences. This is the book. It has all the answers. Which of these best combines these two sentences? This is the book that has all the answers. This is the book where has all the answers. This is the book why has all the answers. This is the book who has all the answers. So we're talking about a book. That's a thing. That's a noun. So we're looking for a pronoun. Where is an adverb? Why is an adverb? So we can eliminate those two. We need a pronoun, not an adverb. So we're down to that or who. And if you look at a book, is a book a human being? No. So it can't be this one. The book is not human. It must be A. This is the book that has all the answers. Okay, that brings us to the end of this lesson. If you have questions on relative pronouns and relative adverbs, please reach out to your instructor and he or she can help you to understand those better. In the next video, we will be looking at prepositional phrases. So I will see you soon. Bye-bye.